Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This video is exclusively for the girls. I'm going to be doing my makeup, just my sort of everyday usual makeup, I guess just something to watch while I yap, and we are going to be having some much needed girl talk because I have so much on my mind that I want to share and that I feel like can be some really useful advice for you guys. And my qualifications are I am a big sister of two teenage younger sisters, and I have also been a teenager once in my life before. And I feel like with every possible girl talk, we need to talk about boys, we need to talk about relationships. From the ages of 15 to 19, I was in a 4-year relationship with a boy who did not treat me great. Oh, good start. And it was during this relationship where I really started to kind of suffer with my mental health, and I was being completely drained. But it was my first love, first relationship, first everything, and so I almost just felt like I had to be in this relationship. Like I didn't, because it was for such a long important part of my teenage years, I didn't know who I was outside of this relationship. But then when I hit 19, I finally learned the power of walking away. Honestly, I cannot even explain to you how feminine and powerful walking away is. And ever since I walked away, my life has been so much better. I have regained my spark. I'm a whole new person that I didn't even know that I could be, and I am also now in the best relationship possible. And if you asked me when I was 19 if I was ever gonna be in such a position, I would have told you absolutely not. We need to start walking away from men who are not serving us. Men, girls, whatever you're into, we need to walk away, because I honestly don't even know where I would be if I did not pull that plug and I did not leave, because I was in the height of depression. I had no idea who I was. I had lost all my friends for this boy. I was just in a really low time of my life, and I was so anxiously dependent on him that I just had none of my own happiness without him. And like I said, because it was such crucial teenage years, I just almost thought I'd messed my life up. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but that's kind of how I felt at that time. Like I just wasted 4 years of my life for no good. The only thing I have learned from that relationship, and the only thing I left it with, is power, because I walked away. I have no good things to say about that relationship. He was not a bad person, not at all. Nothing kind of like crazy happened, but I never felt loved. I never even received the bare minimum. And you don't realize how much of an effect that truly can actually have on you. And then obviously with walking away from a relationship, you then get thrust into the world of situationships, which is quite the world. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you here, I loved a situationship. Like I think because I was in a relationship for so long, that then when I started dating again, the thrill of it, I just loved it, which is so toxic of me, to be honest. I will tell you one thing that I learned from these situationships that I think is so, like, everybody needs to understand this, because if you have to consider how they feel, if you have to question their actions, if you have to analyze everything they do to tell you whether they want you, to tell you whether they're going to ask you to be their girlfriend, to tell you whether they actually like you, they don't like you. They don't want you, they don't like you. I firmly, truly believe that if somebody likes you, you're going to know that you like them. You're going to know that they like you. You're never going to have to question it. You're never going to feel doubts. You're never going to feel confused. Like there's never going to be mixed signals. And I think this is why situationships have become such a thing, because people don't have to, I guess, like commit to anybody. Like they can lead people on under the premise of, oh, we're just in a situationship, like we're just getting to know each other. No, you know, I believe that you know if you want somebody quick. You know whether you want somebody to be in your life within at least the first few weeks. I don't think it doesn't take months. It doesn't take years of messing around. If someone wants you, they will have you. If truly he wants you and doesn't want anyone else and doesn't want you to be with anyone else and he is serious about you, he will make that known and you will be his girlfriend very quickly. And with this, if you allow yourself to be messed around, like I said, I found situationships quite fun. So like I was never really emotionally attached personally anyway. But if you are the kind of person that does get attached, don't do it. Because if you haven't got clear signs straight away from this man, don't do it. Pull yourself away. Power of walking away, like I've said. Get out of there. Because he would know already whether he's just going to lead you on, keep you close, because it's like a push and pull. Every time that you're like, oh, what are we? Are we going to be blah, blah, blah? He's going to have an excuse. You might argue, and then he'll be back. And if you keep letting him back, he's going to keep doing it. He's literally going to keep doing it. If you let someone walk all over you, if you let someone play you around, and you let someone make you question your own self-worth, they're going to keep doing it. And I know that sounds really, really harsh, but it is the truth. And I feel like so many more people need to kind of have this mindset, which is let them. Do not get emotionally attached to pieces of shit who are just going to play you around. In fact, women in manfields, play them, please, because men just have a lot of audacity that they should not have. Like, they should not have the amount of audacity that they do. But if you let them, I firmly believe in the let them theory. If people want to keep walking away, if people say they don't want you, they don't want a relationship with you, let them leave. Because if you beg them, it's just not going to work. Like, I am quite an avoidant personality, and so from that face of things, I know that if I'm walking away from somebody or whatever, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by, it's just like all a bit much, then if someone is begging me, I'm done. I cannot deal with somebody begging me. But here's the but. And I use this to my advantage because I'm the same, so I will do this to people. If you don't beg, if you quietly disappear, walk away, then they will come running back. Because silence is the most powerful thing you can possibly ever give somebody who is messing you around, because people want you to beg for them. People want to up their egos, but if you don't give them that, they're coming right back. And I know that, like, when you're in the pits of everything, it's very hard to have these kind of mindsets. You really kind of have to, like, train yourself to think these things, but it will change your life and you will become disconnected from the hurt. You'll become disconnected from people playing you around, and you will become such a powerful girl. Like, I was in the situationship field for, I want to say, 2 years after my ex and I broke up, and I honestly learned so much, and I became such a different person. And basically that's how I got my boyfriend. Like, me and him were in a situationship. He was one of my situationships, obviously not at the same time, but we were sort of like talking, getting to know each other and whatnot, and we got really, really close really, really quick. And he didn't feel like he I don't really want to say much, but he didn't really feel like it was the right time for him to become a boyfriend, right? And I was like, okay. And bearing in mind, we were really super close at this point. We were really like emotionally connected. Yeah. So I was like, all I said to him that day was okay. And then he dropped me off home and I got out the car and I said to him, this sounds so cringe. And I said to him, don't regret it. And I slammed the door and I walked away. And then I removed him off everything on my phone. Don't get me wrong, I was sad. Like, I was sad because he was like, well, I say was, he is my boyfriend now. But he is the most incredible person ever. So I was like gutted. But after I said, don't regret it, he did not see a peep from me. And this lasted for about 5 days. And then I got a text and he was like blah blah blah. Anyway, we then saw each other again, and that night I became his girlfriend. And he was like, I didn't think I was in the right position, etc, etc, but when I lost you, like when you said to me don't regret it and then you just disappeared, it genuinely put me into oh shit, you know. And because a lot of men think that they don't want things and blah blah, and then when they're gone, that's when it will hit them. If you're there, if I guarantee, if I had done something else that day and I had been like, no please don't, blah blah, like I really like you, just give me a chance, blah blah blah, we would not be in the position that we're in today. Because you need to give people space, you need to give them time to reflect and actually truly decide. Because if he hadn't have come back, I was fully prepared to just be in the mindset of, well, let them walk away. Like it's really all about mindset. And I think that's enough spotlight for the men now. So we are gonna also, I want to talk about beauty standards and things like that, because social media is a weapon. It is a weapon of destruction against girls, even against men, like against everybody in general. So I am talking from a girl that is, I would kind of say, a mid-size. I've got quite a big chest and I also do have wider hips, and I just feel like these days with beauty standards, body standards, everything like that, it is so hard. And I think if you haven't got yourself in a position where you are comfortable with who you are, the world today is so detrimental to you. Because me personally, you can walk into these shops, you go into Zara, you go into Bershka, you kind of go into any sort of brand similar to that, and the clothing sizes are literally not, they're just tiny. They have such a specific niche, and I have touched on this before, but you go in there and their tops are suited for girls with smaller chests, their dresses are the same, and it's like, well, what do I wear? And I believe that also it's things like jeans, just trousers, if they haven't got stretch in them and you've got hips, good luck getting them up. Because that happens to me, and it makes shopping so hard. I literally barely own any clothes just because I really struggle with my body image anyway, and let alone when no clothes companies will literally fit me. And I just feel like companies are really into following the social media trend. Like they are promoting for slim girls only to wear their clothes. And I know they do plus size models, etc, etc. I'm not being funny. There has been a couple of times where I see a plus size model wearing like a top or something from this place, and they have a bigger chest than me, and then I will go and try this on and I can't even fit a nipple. Like, I know you've worn different clothes for that shoot because you're not inclusive. So many of these brands are not inclusive, and it's to the point where, like, if literally anything has like a built-in bra, count me out, because I'm not getting it on. Like, I'm not getting it on. And for my entire life I've had my kind of body, and especially growing up and in my teenage years, this damaged me so hard. Like so hard. I couldn't fit into clothes. I literally felt like I was huge, like I shouldn't, you know. And people don't realize how difficult something like that can be unless they truly go through it. I don't online shop for the same specific reason. And also beauty standards in general, your face, symmetry, all of this stuff. My face is asymmetrical as hell. Like I hate my face. I hate the way I look. But then when I post my shorts or something, I always have younger girls commenting saying you look so pretty, you're gorgeous, blah blah. And I truly appreciate that. Like that is so kind. But it just goes to show that people can look at me and think that I'm really pretty, and I can look at myself and I think I look so ugly. And so it goes to show that you are beautiful to people, even if you truly don't believe that you are beautiful yourself. And even people that you look at and that you think they're literally perfect and that you die to look like them, they themselves might not be happy with themselves. I think at the end of the day, nobody in the entire world is perfectly happy with their body, the way they look. Like I genuinely don't think I know anybody in my personal life who is obsessed with the way that they look. Everybody has an insecurity, and I can genuinely tell you that most of the time nobody knows this insecurity. Like people will look at you and not even notice what you're insecure about, and it took me so long to actually come to terms with this. One of my biggest insecurities on my face is one of my eyebrows kind of sits higher than the other one, and you can notice it now I've said it, don't get me wrong, but like, would you really have noticed that before I told you? Probably not. And it's the same with my lips. This side of my lip is smaller than that side, and I hate it. Did you notice that really before I told you? And even if you did notice it, did you think it was like really ugly, or did you just kind of notice it and brush it off? Like your insecurities mean nothing to nobody else. Nobody else notices the things that you notice about yourself. Your stretch marks, people probably, if they do notice them, just think, oh yeah, I've got those. Like it's so normal, and it is so difficult to come to terms with, but once you do, you will genuinely see the world in a different place. And if you are a decent and a good person, if you see someone walking down the street and they are slightly bigger than, I guess, average, if that really is an average, do you look at them and think ew, or do you look at them and think I wish I had the confidence to wear those shorts, like she looks amazing, blah blah blah? Because that's what I do. Like I never judge somebody when I see them. I think everybody looks great how they are. I think there's definitely levels to this. People can border, I guess, on unhealthy in both ways of things. But I truly believe that everybody kind of has the body type that they were meant to have, that they were created to have. Like I know no matter the fat content on my body, I've always had a bigger chest, I've always had bigger hips. Even if my legs were really slim at points, my hips were always as wide as they always will be. We were created to quite literally have the shape that we have. And I think my biggest advice about literally just everything is that if you cannot change something in the next 5 minutes, let's say, why are you worrying? If you genuinely if something's not a quick fix, then you don't need to worry. You don't need to stress about it. There's nothing you can do. You don't like your flaps on the side of your hips, or like me, I don't like the way one eyebrow sits higher. Can't really do anything about that. So I stopped stressing about it. Don't get me wrong, I still don't like it, but I don't stress about it like I used to. I don't go around thinking everybody that I'm coming face to face with is looking at the fact that my eyebrow is higher than the other, because they're not. And like what you look like does not define you at all. Like I've still got a boyfriend even though one eyebrow's higher than the other. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't see my insecurities. He sees everything about me as beautiful. Even if I don't, he does. But I know this video was quite short and I didn't touch on like tons and tons of things, but I just wanted to kind of like go through what I've been thinking about recently on the two main topics, because they are such important topics when you are specifically a girl and you're growing up, because the amount of advice that I would look for when I was in those stages of my life, and no, I didn't listen to or believe in any of it, but now that I've come on the other end of it, I totally understand all of the advice that I used to ignore, and I'm like, why didn't I listen to that sooner? But you have to go at your own pace. Like, you cannot expect the next day to be a whole new person. These mindsets, they don't happen overnight. I mean, for some maybe, but they don't happen overnight. You need to just slowly adapt yourself into understanding these things and putting them into action. But anyway, thank you for watching my video. I do hope that someone has taken something from this, and I will see you in my next video.